Hello and welcome again to another session of this discourse MySQL database administration using MySQL. And as you've been following the now days, I'm sure already familiar with we have the workbench which we'll be using thus far. We've covered quite a few things. So we started from the base creating our database, storing data, we have our data in structured format, hence table, creating our table, inserting records in this table, and more recently, we've been able to view these records, edit these records, and even delete some of those records. So, previous section, we went over how we streamline our search, our search query, to be more specific, and we identified the where clause to be very instrumental in this pursuit. Okay, so in this session, we're just going to take a stretch on still select command, because it's really, really critical in your day-to-day running affairs of the database or data, generally, is that you want to see this data, you want to gather, and streamline based on identified parameters. So here, we're at the where clause and all. However, when you put the data, there are more things that you could also add. So let's say, for instance, from this our last way that we computed, we have data set all returned, and if we recall, the asterisk signifies your highlight, highlight all the columns. Okay, highlighting column. So let's just select a few columns, rep, item, unit, so unit cost, or we can just keep unit cost and total, total. Okay, run our command and we have this result. What I want to show here is that there doesn't seem to be an order, you know, on which this data is returned. We have central, central. Next, we just have item, and there is order. You can have order, you know, to your data set, and to do that, you just include in your search query. So we use keyword order, and usually works with the next word by, right? So here you say order, like arrange by a particular column. You have to specify the column. So let's just region here. Now, in an additional point to include when you use order by clause is to specify kind of thing you want. Do you want it in descending order? That's the highest, like the max value, and then comes, or do you want in ascending order? So that means you have the value at the top, it just follows that incremental, like a geometric progression, so if you want to, and if you descend it, it's going to the other way, the max value at the top, and then it just comes all the way down. So if you do not specify, it uses the ascending order, right? So that's why you have central at the top here, so, and then after C, you have E, and you, you know, we don't have any for the north, I know the number. Remember. Okay. Now add the descending order and see how I type in there. The DS did not the full word descending. And you see now we have rest at the an important thing to add at this point. There's be some variance in terms of the version of MySQL or SQL that you're using generally. So in some systems, it these S may apply. In some other system, it may not be S, it may be S. Okay, it's good to play around. So you just notice little nuance in terms of syntax. The point to understand the base, the foundation, and if there are two variants, you easily will be able to just move along learning, and it's just gonna come to you, kind of like riding a bike. Don't really forget. So just getting this building blocks, like I said, so you can as you interact with database, you're able to communicate clearly to the database engine to get the result that you want. So there's no need to type in sending keyword because by default it's usually they are sending keyword. So that's it for the order by clause. Next, the order by clause, you know, because of our where clause here, we had 33 rules return. So let's just take off this where let's just take it off completely. And so we only have order by and see that we have 37 rules return. Now there may be some instance where you're just trying to do a test to see the kind of data that's in the table. I do this a lot. And if I just have it, I don't need 37 returns. You may be dealing with a table that has thousands to tens of thousands and even more records. You know, having to return every record for each time you run the query will affect the performance of the engine, you know, because part of what it helps us to, this is optional now. We have the option of turning on access right to the database. You may not be able to see all of the information. Okay. But here, because our query is so easy, like it doesn't require so much from the database. You see, it takes 16 seconds. Now, take a look at we had the workload. It was 0.0157. Okay. The the best way to write query is such that the engine does not have to take so much time. So it's why it's good to understand how to streamline your query. You know, there may be some circumstances where even if they are on your record, you only need four. So knowing how to pick up, but let's just get to trying to explain to you is in an instance where you don't want to just have like oh in this database, you, and you're not sure what it is. So that's typically where you want to say select from sellers or you select from sellers. And I also see one or two records. You can reduce the output of your query, to say, hey, just give me two, give me one, as the case may be. And to do that, we use keyword limit. Okay. Now, next limit specify the number of rows in your record that you want. I'm just going to use two here. Now, take a look at this duration when okay. Now, see, we have 0.00 seconds. This query, it took less time, engine, oh, just want two records and all instant, we get that out like, and now you can see it just fetched two records. So perhaps you wanted to able to understand things better, to know how to now write a better code. Okay, I use it a lot in practice. You know, it helps me to get an side view of the thing to write more effic- effective or some a complex query. Okay, now I won't just the there's something to also add to the link. Now this is beyond just having a sneak peek into it. Is the offset is used in connection with the limit function. Now, when we set it to two, if we even say five, sorry, it's five. Now we have SNO, SN2. Now, if we see five here, we see that it's following serially one, two, three, four, five. What if you want just five records, but you don't want to be the first five? You want to from the sixth record. Okay, that's where offset comes. Okay, offset. And so you, from here on, specify, okay, limit five, but offset from the fifth record. So it starts with the fifth record. So we have this SN6, you know, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So I use this um in more detailed fashion. Sometimes I'm trying to extract data and the records are so huge. And I'm looking at the processing speed to be able to maximize all of that because sometimes when records are too huge, machine, the computer itself, lag. So I tend to see how many records at a time can the computer take. Maybe 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, and I have say 700,000 records. So what I just limit 5,000, you know, and then after I've first 5,000, I can say offset 5,000. So it keeps giving 5,000 records after the five, you know, the 5,000 records. That's going to start from 5,001 and it's 10,001 for the next. All I have to do now is just update what I have set in my offset value there. Okay. So you're saying the order, you're saying the now interestingly, you can use both. Okay. You can use in a query. So we can say limit 10 here and we run. And you see we have 10 record return, 10 record return from this value. Okay. So it's not something that is an isolation. You can use it with together with other bar function. And same way you can also have it offset, you know, in here for you to, to just write. Here now it's easy to appreciate where the offset comes in because you're not like taking in the data, but not looking at it closely. Say, oh, so it's starting from the second, which is the second record. Okay, so before I wrap this up, I want to introduce another very key one when writing query, still the select state. Now, we've been writing, let's just say our select seller, right? A semicolon, and and we have 37 rows returned, and we have central, we have several all of these. What if you have an instance where you just want to see the unique regions, just want to only the regions? So in that case, you just want regions that are unique. One of the ways to do this is to say group it, so we have group by, and you can see it's already up there. And from what you've learned from the other column, see that when you have by, it's calling you to specify the column. So group by here, you're using to say, hey, I only unique value return, unique value in terms of rows, right? Row return using what column I'm going to use to specify that. I'm just going to use the region here, like I said, and when I execute this query, sorry, I think I have the syntax error. Oh, it's not really syntax error. It's still one of the stations of the work, okay, of the work. Now, because you can also use that query as saying select all and then by. But one of the setting of workbench is that you need to clearly type out the column, that you want return, hence that error, excuse me, hence that error message. So that's why we have that error saying we did uh the select is not in by clause and contains, let me copy that out so we can see here clearly. Select is not a by clause and contains non-aggregated column. This is like I explained because of the setting and the workbench. But probably when you're running your query, you know, in your custom SQL, you can really just run it. Query should be able to execute like that. I'm going to just drop a quick step on how to modify setting to allow you to execute your query properly. Okay. But in the meantime, you can just still get your hand busy with this, right? Over to far. We've seen how we use the order plus the link of and now the group by. Okay. To understand the group by in our next session, we're going to be looking at aggregate function, and to properly understand aggregate function, we're going to visit one of our earlier discussions about data type. You recall when we were creating our table, all I've been saying, jar, VACA, and the like. So in our next session, we're going to look at our data type, aggregate function. This will help appreciate the group by another functionality that we're going to cover in the course. Thanks for tuning in and stay tuned for the next one. Well done.